Welcome to my channel. I'm Chiara, and in today's video we have a guest, Naomi, my best friend, my oldest friend.
Hi guys!
This is Naomi, and we thought today we would talk about disability and friendship. So first off, if you don't know Naomi, do you know this? Can you do the intro bit?
Oh,
if you don't know, when I was 2 and 10 months, I suffered a stroke resulting in right side hemiplegia, and I will link a full video about my disability here and down below if you want to go watch it. And if you like these kind of videos and you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how I do one-handed tasks, you might want to see more of me and maybe more of this one, please consider subscribing with the subscribe button all below. So now, let's talk about disability and friendship.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so
You've got some questions for us, haven't you?
yes, I have, but I wasn't prepared.
That's fine.
Because when am I ever? Hold on. Let me find them. Okay, so we have questions from Instagram and from YouTube community page. So the first question was actually, where did we meet or how did we meet?
So we met back in primary school. So we were different years. So I was the year below.
Should we say for context like how old we are?
Oh right, yeah.
So I'm 27.
I'm 26 now.
Yeah.
So 20 years ago we
met.
met.
So cute.
20 years. I was 6 and you were 7.
Oh, we were so cute. Okay, yeah, we'll insert some pictures of us. I'll insert it here.
Yeah.
So yeah, where did we meet?
We met at primary school and we were different year groups, but my mum was a one-to-one teaching assistant.
Yeah.
So she was your support teaching assistant.
Yeah.
So I think as a result we got closer through that because generally our year groups didn't mix.
Our year groups did because we were in the same class.
No, we weren't because I always got held down a year.
But I always got held down a year, so we were in the same class.
No, because I kept getting held back. If I'd gone up to my normal year, I would have been. We never had classes together.
No, we did. No, we did.
I got held down each one. I don't remember ever having classes together.
No, we had classes together because.
No, because they all went up and I didn't stay with them.
No, you definitely were in the same class with me. Anyway, our primary school was it like 180 students?
No.
It was tiny.
It was less than that.
How many were there? That was how many were in my year in secondary school. There was 150.
There were 30 per classroom, and there were only
Yeah, but I thought they mixed the year groups.
So there were only like 15 in each year group.
Okay, so yeah, there was 15 in each year group.
So 30. Yeah, maybe like 120 then in the whole school.
So our primary school was really small. Really small. So I think that's how we kind of became friends.
Yeah, it allowed us to just get closer, and then my mum working with you, I think, just
helped. Yeah, I think
that just made it closer.
Yeah, I think
And then playtime, I think we bonded a lot over lunchtime because I'm extremely slow at eating, and Chiara was very kindly the only one that'd sit and stay with me. Everyone else would leave because of course they're kids, they want to go out and play, and you would kindly sit with me the whole time.
Oh my god, it was
like I was so slow that the dinner lady would start clearing up around me.
Oh, she was
I just took so long to eat my food.
You don't anymore. I don't know what happened.
I'm still slow.
No, you're not that
not
slow.
like that slow.
Like, but yeah, oh, it was such. Also, I didn't want to be outside because it was cold.
Yeah.
That's also why I was like, any reason, eat slower.
Yeah. So yeah, we met in school, really.
Met in primary school, yeah. And then I went to a different secondary school.
Yeah.
And you went to a different secondary school.
But we still stayed in the same area.
Yeah.
Like, we still weren't far away.
Yeah.
We would spend pretty much like every weekend together.
I remember when I left, you cried.
Yeah.
I remember
because that was horrible. So I still had a year of primary school without Chiara. I got so used to having her around. So it was horrible.
I remember getting you this big limo. Like, they had like
a 6 levers. Yeah.
They had like a Hummer. It was like a Hummer limo.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting in it and being so happy, and you were like crying, and your mum was like giving you tissues, and your dad was like trying to comfort you, and I was like, oh, I felt so bad. At the same time, I was like,
I know, my little bestie was going.
Oh, it was funny, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because it was funny.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's where we met.
Yeah.
And then we've managed to stay friends since.
We've
had blips.
Blips, really big blips.
Like, we've had a year or 2 years of not talking. But
so I think that's fine.
I think the best way to describe our friendship is we are like sister bond. Yeah. Like I said, growing up, we were at each other's houses almost every weekend sort of thing. And I felt like she was just like the third sibling, so I've got brother and third sort of sibling like that. And
our parents treat each other like my dad.
Oh yeah, your parents feel like my parents, like
yeah,
sort of thing. We've just always had that close sibling bond. So I think as a result, we can be quite like blunt with each other, like, sort of thing. So I think that's sometimes when we've had falling outs like you would with a sibling.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of friendships do have that, and I think it's one of those things, because we have been friends since we were little, we've just grown into different adults. So we've gone and we like different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
no, I think
the friendship still works, but there's been a lot of, I think now we're both at a better stage, but I think when we were both kind of trying to,
it was like our early 20s, like I went to university, you didn't.
Yeah.
We had very different life paths.
Yeah,
and
so
we had very different experiences of what we did.
Yeah.
And I think it happens with it. I think it's happened, and sometimes I think it's healthy if you take like a break.
I think it was healthy for us, because it's made us stronger now.
I think it was. But
I don't think we'd be in the friendship space now.
No, I don't think we had
sort of things, because it's just led us to have better conversations. I think, really.
I think it has to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we became friends.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Next question.
Okay, so this was for me. So the question was, do you have many other friends with disabilities? He said wish, but I think he means with. So when I was at school, I did have, at secondary school, at primary school, I was the only child who had a physical disability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was the only one who had a physical disability at primary school. Then, when I went to secondary school, I went to quite a big secondary school with like other children, other people who had disabilities. So they had, I think, cerebral palsy was the main one that most of them had.
Okay.
And like ADHD and stuff like that. Yeah. So when I was at secondary school, I did, and then I left secondary school, went to college, didn't have any there. Actually, I did, because one of the girls who went to my secondary school went to college with me, but she did a different course, and college is a bit of a weird place.
Yeah.
It's like in between, like school and university. It's a bit of a weird thing to do. I don't know. And then when I went to university, I didn't have any either, and I kind of lost touch with the people from secondary school, I think. Yeah. And then now I have one friend, because I do swimming. I swim with a girl who has the same disability as me, so I do have one friend who has the same disability as me now. But do I get anything else?
Like, do you find it easier
I don't
being with people that have a disability? Do you feel like...
I don't find it easier. I think, like, they can relate more to, like, the medical stuff. So, like, when I say, like, oh, I need to have this, or they're like...
like in school you were countlessly going to hospital and everything like that, whereas I wouldn't understand that as much.
No, whether they understand that more, and they're like, have you tried this, have you tried that? They're more like that.
Yeah.
Then, like...
Yeah. I think also with us, although I am able-bodied, I have dyslexia, and I think in that sense, like, I can understand with you, because there's times when I can't read that well. Like, I remember this one time when you came to stay with me, and we went out for lunch.
Oh, yeah,
and I really struggle with, like, writing on a big board, because I find that the letters move so much more than if it's in, like, a book. And so we were trying to choose the sandwiches off this board, and I turned to you and I was like, yeah, no, my dyslexia is really bad today. These words are moving so much. I was like, I can't really tell you, because you rely on me when we go out to read stuff, like when we're looking at menus. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to have to just ask them for things, because I can't read today.
We weren't great at that day.
It was just like, normally you rely on me a lot if you're going out for food to a place that you've not been to before.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, I'll read it. But when I can't read as well, sometimes it made for an interesting
It was interesting.
So, luckily it was like a sandwich shop, so we could just point and be like, can I have that one? So it made it easier.
Yeah, it was an interesting situation.
Yeah. But I think because I have learning struggles as well, so
learning
I've needed like learning support stuff, so I can sympathise in that sense, because you have like acquired dyslexia.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I think, but... So, apart from that, that's it. And there's nothing else really that I get.
No, you don't have it. Yeah, there's nothing else more that you get from disabled people that you get out of able body.
Yeah, no, there's nothing really. I think that's just it. I think it's just... Sometimes, that's it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it also just depends on the person. Like,
yeah, I think that depends. Yeah, that really depends on the person. Let's see what else we have. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Next question, right? Apparently, best hacks for people with CP, so cerebral palsy. That I don't know. That's a hard one. I'll have to get back to you. I might message him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what else we have. Someone else wanted to know. I'm going on YouTube now. Going back on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so someone asked what kind of issues arise in friendships with people with disabilities. It's the same issues that would arise in any other friendship.
Exactly.
Like, I think
they arise because we just have different interests.
Yeah.
So, I think where we struggle in terms of doing things is I am quite an outdoorsy activities kind of person.
Yeah.
And it's, regardless of your disability, there's a lot of them that you could still do.
Yeah.
It's just not your cup of tea.
It's not my vibe.
Whereas I love doing
Yeah.
all of those things.
Yeah.
So I think, regardless of whether you're a disability or not, and we'd had the same friendship like time frame, I think we still would have had like
I think we still would have had
friendship issues because we would have been like, well, I want to go off and do this, and you're like, well, that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I think we definitely would.
But it's all compromise in friendships anyway. Any form of relationship, you make
exactly
compromises of things. So we now know what things we like doing together, and we just do those things.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I don't think it's caused. Like, there's never been anything where I've gone, oh, your disability's got in the way of our friendship.
I don't think, no, exactly.
But equally, like, I've just always, I think when you meet kids as well, kids, you don't see disabilities, I don't think, as much sometimes.
No, I think kids don't see it as the same as adults.
Yeah. Like, I forget half the time that you sometimes, like, can't do things.
Yeah.
Although the thing is, you're so independent and you are so good at doing... Like, there's so much stuff that you can do that I can't. Like, I have known this girl for 20 years. I still literally will watch her in awe getting ready, putting on her necklaces.
Because I take
doing
forever.
her hair. No, but I literally am like, I can't even do that with two hands. How are you doing that? Like, it's crazy. I feel very privileged that I can watch you do it in like real life, and I'm still like, how do you do that? It will forever be putting your hair in a bun. That's the one that always gets me.
What, the bun or the ponytail?
Both of them, but not because I can't do a bun sensibly. I always look awful.
Yeah, I think...
No, it's never caused anything. I think sometimes maybe I'll get more, if we're out and about, I'll get more protective of you than I would an able-bodied friend. Like, I think more when you weren't quite as confident.
Yeah.
So people were staring and I would know that you weren't feeling as confident because they were staring at you.
Yeah.
And that's when I would get a bit, like...
Protective
sort of thing. So there's definitely that sense where it affects it. But I think it's been so nice watching you grow and having the confidence in yourself now. Like, you, for the longest time, would barely even talk to me about your disability.
Oh, that was my next question.
Yeah.
I have a question, actually.
Okay,
so, what did you know about my disability when we were younger?
See, hardly anything, because you would not tell me anything.
No, because obviously I was wondering if you spoke to your mum or, like, anything. Because obviously your mum knew, because your mum had my, like...
Yeah, mum had all your notes and everything.
Because I had, like, at school I had a statement and it was, like, this big. So your mum had all my notes and everything.
I think I just didn't really see it as a kid. Like, it never really bothered or affected me.
Friendship, no.
Because I mean, like, as a kid in school, your arm was literally always it was like
so my
straight
arm used
up
to
in
be
the air.
like this. So the teachers used to think I was like really
Asking a
smart
question
or really smart, which
I think a lot of the time in school I was probably just jealous because you always had these cool accessories. Like, you used to have this really cool like squishy cushion thing that you'd sit on, and I'd be like, that's so unfair. She gets to sit on a cool cushion.
If I can find a picture, I inside it. It was blue and it was sloped and it had like bubbles on it.
Yeah.
And it was filled with air and I think it was something to do with my back. I can't remember why they gave it to me.
Yeah.
And then I had like a sloping writing bit.
Yeah, you had cool pencils as well. You had like cool things.
Oh, the grips on
on them. But the one I was really jealous about was you had these like weighted purple like bracelets.
Oh I forgot
to try
about
and
those.
weigh down to bring your
Oh my
arm
God, I
down.
forgot about those.
Yeah, it was a test thing. They didn't work, but I was always jealous because you got to wear like these cool. I think you had a pink one and a purple one.
Yeah, they
and
were
you always got. It was almost like a beanbag.
It was a
around
beanbag,
your
yeah.
wrist.
I remember now.
But I think those are the only things.
Yeah,
as a kid
I remember
where
trying.
I
remember those. Because I tried those because they wanted to bring my arm down, and this was before we discovered the Botox.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, let's try this," and it was like, and that was something. I don't think my mum even remembers that.
No, so I think that was just my weird thing that I was really jealous that you got to
really
wear
upset.
a cool purple bracelet
Oh,
sort of
bless.
thing. And I think I'd probably just try and steal it all the time and wear it myself. I remember wearing it a fair bit.
I remember I had a ruler with a crocodile on. I don't know why I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't know if that was like something I brought myself because I was
I
like,
don't know.
or if that was something the OT gave me.
Yeah, you had a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I did.
And then I think probably as a kid, I would see the side when obviously you were going out for hospital all the time, but I would be like, oh, she gets to miss school, but obviously it's not a nice thing. But for me as a kid, I was probably like, oh, she gets to miss school. That's not fair.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
No, so I think as a kid, I saw your disability more as a jealousy sort of thing because I was like, oh, you get these cool things.
Yeah, and I think as a kid, I remember when we were in primary school.
Yeah.
I used to go to Ormond Street in London, so it would be like a whole day I would miss.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It wasn't like hard because my parents it would be like a whole day because we'd have to travel to London.
Exactly.
So it was like a full day out, and it was so I can understand why you're kind of because like she's going to London. It's really exciting, but
yeah.
So no, you didn't know a lot, did you?
No, I didn't know much about your disability, and then. I think, even when we were teenagers, I think I would sometimes ask you, and you didn't like to sort of relay it or talk about it. There was a stage where you were quite in denial. You would never call yourself disabled.
No.
There was a huge stage of denial.
For years there was a huge...
It was a long time where you were like... So I think that's probably why I just... always forget that you are not able-bodied, even though you're very, very capable and able-bodied.
Thank you.
And then, you eventually, I think, must have been... I feel like only a couple of years ago.
I think what happened was I left to go to university, so I left the comforts of where we lived, having you, having my brother, having my other friends, being very, like, overprotective.
Yeah.
And I left that, and then it was like, I have to then go to this new place.
Yeah.
I went to university in a different town, and it was like, everyone then has questions, like, what happened? Like,
exactly.
And it's like, I could say, like, oh, I was born like this, because some people are born with a hemiplegia, but I acquired mine, so I couldn't be like, do I then just, like, say, like, well, what do I say? And it's like, and it's a bit like...
It forced you to open up about it more.
It forced me to be, and then I remember one time I was with one of my friends at uni, and he said, and we were talking about it, and I said, why didn't he asked my friend's boyfriend, they were friends, it's really complicated, and I said, why didn't you just ask me? And he was like, oh, I didn't feel like I could, I didn't want to, and I was like, and he meant it in such a nice way, but I was like, why didn't you just ask me? Yeah. Instead of like, because then he got like half of it, because he got like, you were 3, and I was like, no, I was 2 and 10 months. I wasn't actually 3.
But like, it's still, even through your videos, I've learnt more things. Like, for the longest time, I didn't realise you could only chew on one side of your mouth.
Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that. Literally until like you did your videos.
Yeah, I can't chew.
You can only chew.
That's why when I have steak, it has to be cut up like small because I start choking.
Yeah, but I'm so proud that you wanted to start. Sharing your story and voicing it so other people can know about it, because I know how long it's taken you to just open up to me about certain things. So being able to tell the world about it is a huge step for you, and it's been amazing to see the response that you've had from people and the help that you've given people, especially I think giving like parents that their children will be okay. I think that's a lot of what is amazing out of it.
I think that's the thing, I think.
But I've definitely learned, even like knowing you, I've learned a lot more about your disability through
my YouTube.
Your YouTube.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
To fair, Clara said that too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, it was very much like I was very into, like, if someone had said to me at 14, you're going to make YouTube videos where you talk about disability, I would be like, no, that's not happening.
I know. The thing is, also, you are a very stubborn person that you've always been like, I will do this myself, I want to do this myself. Like, in school, you'd always find a way to open your own package. Like, it used to terrify me when you had a packet of crisps. Because you wouldn't try and use your teeth, you'd just smack the bag and the air would pop out. It'd be terrifying.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, you'd always just do that.
In secondary school, I wasn't allowed to do that.
Oh.
Because I had a friend who had, she had cerebral palsy and she was scared of balloons popping.
Okay.
So I wasn't allowed to pop my own
that's
crisp.
when you started opening it with your teeth.
So no, that's when I had to get people to open them.
Yeah.
Like other people I knew at school.
Yeah. I have a question for you. When you are meeting new people, I think especially sort of when you're at uni, do you find it annoying when people just automatically want to help you with things? Like, I know cues when you're struggling with something and I'll be like, I'll do it to help. But I will always let you do it first because I know that's what you like to do. But do you have people that will instantly jump in and be like, I'll open that for you or I'll do that for you? Because I know you as a person would always rather try and do it yourself.
I think there are people who...
Yeah.
I think it does annoy me a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's my stomach.
I think we need some lunch.
Okay, I'll do it. I think maybe. I think sometimes, like, I can't remember if they did or didn't. I think
I just assume at helping you with things. Like, I know if we go out for food, like, I just cut up your food. Like, that's just a done thing.
I'm getting crumbs.
I know, my foot's getting pins and needles. But obviously, like, sometimes, if you go out with new people, they're not going to know to cut up your food.
No, exactly. I don't know. I think maybe, like, sometimes I think it's a bit...
Yeah.
Because also I think cutting food is such like a... It's almost like a baby.
Yeah,
like, you sound like a baby. Like, I feel awkward being like, oh, can you cut this? Because it's like, you sound like a baby.
Yeah.
But then I think if you tell... I don't know. It's like... I'm trying to think at uni. Like, at uni I remember once I went out with my friends and her parents. It was her birthday and... Her mum was a carer, so she was a carer for a boy. So she kind of knew, and she said, like, she whispered, if you need help, let me know. She didn't, like, make it, like, an announcement.
Yes.
So that's different.
I think that's the thing.
And I knew them all quite well, so they probably would have just done it anyway. But I think if I meet someone in, like, when they first, like, try and help me, I think I hate that because then they think I'm not capable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if I met someone and they're like, oh my god, let me do that, let me, like, hand it to you. Mm-hmm. I hate that in a person because it's like, what? Because I'm. It's almost like you're not as worried because you're disabled. Yeah. Whether. Yeah. Everyone's. And if they want help, I think. Yeah. Ask them. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think people should take a step back, and if someone, like, in anything, most people will ask for help if they want it.
Yeah, I think with anything. Yeah.
Things.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Any other questions?
Let's see. I think my hair's getting stuck. Hold on. Please hold on.
I think I know random when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we were kids, well, teenagers, we used to go shopping, and you would want me to come in the changing room with you to help when we were trying on loads of clothes.
Yeah, because no one wants to get stuck
some
in clothes.
people would get really, really funny about us going in a change room together. Like, society has changed and people don't care about it as much now. Yeah. But I remember, I think we wanted to go shopping, and this lady made us both feel really, like, uncomfortable. Yeah. It was in that shop, Republic, I think, used to be in Bath.
Oh, yeah, I remember
and
that
she
shop.
made us feel really uncomfortable.
We really liked her shop as well.
Yeah, but we couldn't go in together. And I think now, if I was, like, older and more confident in myself, I would have been like, look, my friend needs help in changing. Well, not in changing, but, like, if we're trying things on, you don't want to kind of accidentally rip something trying to get it on. When it's your own clothes, you bought it, it's fine. Yeah, but trying things on, you want to be more delicate with them. Questions. So I think that was really wrong. And then in the end, I think we just walked out. I don't think we tried anything on because we're like, well,
no, I don't.
You don't want to keep, like, going in and out the change rooms.
Exactly. I don't think there's any more questions. Do you have any questions? Do you have any advice for anyone who has a disabled friend or, like?
I think just allow them to be the person that they are. Like, I don't know. I don't think it should affect friendship at all.
No, I don't think it should either.
Like, I think we're very equal in our friendship
Yeah, I think
now. And we're just good, like,
Yeah.
like I said, I'll just help you when I know. That's the thing, I understand when you want help and when you
Yeah,
don't,
I think
because I've known you so long.
I think the longer you know someone, the easier it is to like know their like face. Like you know
Yeah.
my face, like you can tell when I'm disgusted. Like
yeah, exactly.
Like
So-
I think one time I was at a restaurant with Clara and she was sitting there and there was someone behind her and I looked disgusted and she was like, "Why are you looking at me like you're disgusted?" And I was like, "It's
It's
not
just
you."
my face.
It wasn't her, it was the person
You look
behind her
inside,
and she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And she was I was like, "No, I'm not looking at you like you're disgusted." Like, but I think as you get to know someone, you get to know their like facial cues and they're like I know when you're annoyed, like I can tell. I can tell when you're like obviously really starting to like.
Yeah.
Or like, because I think I don't have a lot of friends. Like you have quite a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Like I don't, but maybe that's because I'm not a social person. Or I don't know. There's so many reasons why.
But the thing is, we utilise it. Like you're really good at giving advice because you're quite blunt, matter of fact kind of person. Like you are quite black and white with things.
Yeah.
And
they probably don't know that because I'm quite like on YouTube. I try to like tone it down.
But like that's great because whenever I've got like issues, you're like a go-to, and I know that you are gonna give me even like this is why we sometimes fall out because even if it's the answer, it's been the right answer, but I've not wanted to hear it. But you will give the right.
You've
answer.
not wanted to hear it at that time, and I think that's how we've fallen out. Is like you haven't wanted to hear
because you say it how it is. You've said the right thing.
But it was the wrong time to hear it.
It was the wrong time, like I wasn't. But that's sometimes, I think sometimes you don't fully understand the right empathetic time.
I'm not the most empathetic, no.
Yeah.
I'm not the most empathetic and I recognise that.
Yeah. But that's the thing, through those fallouts, we've both recognised those things together.
I think I'm just not the most empathetic. I just can't be like...
Oh, so I'm just an over-emotional person. I'm very sensitive and you're not quite as sensitive.
You are, and I think we both like... I don't know, I think you are quite oversensitive and I'm quite like... Not.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know, it just depends how our brains are.
Yeah, I think it depends on so many things, but I don't think there's like any advice you could really give to anybody who's...
Just treat them like you would anyone else. I think that's the best advice. Just treat everyone how you would want to be treated, no matter of their differences.
Yeah. I also have a question for you. Okay. So, you have a lot of friends.
Yes.
Okay, so did your other friends ever have questions like about my disability or like were they like understanding or were they like that's just...
Yeah, I think all my friends generally...
Obviously...
Yeah, whenever we'd been together and we'd met one of my friends in town or something like that, they would say, "Oh, what's happened to your friend?"
Because obviously they wouldn't ask me.
No, they wouldn't ask you. Yeah, they would always ask me actually afterwards, and I would explain it, and they'd be like, "Oh," but most people's responses being like, "Oh, she's so like capable and so."
Yeah,
like,
I was wondering if you ever had like a negative... Obviously you wouldn't be friends, I don't know if you maybe...
No.
Like if you'd ever had a negative experience...
No, if my friend was like, "Oh, why are you friends with the same person?" I'd be like, "Sorry, why am I friends with you?" She's no different, like, she's my friend.
I would hope you would be like,
No, exactly.
No, I was just wondering if your friends had ever asked, like, because obviously I've never really asked you if your friends have ever asked you, like, what happened or, like...
Yeah, I think they have. Or sometimes when you're meeting a new friend of mine...
Do you tell them?
I might say before, being like, "Oh, she had a stroke when she was 2, so it's resulted in this sort of thing."
Okay, so you will tell them prior.
But I think prior. But I think now I know that you're more open about it, I'll be like, "Oh, if you have any questions, she'll ask. You can just say them to her."
Yeah, I would rather someone ask me than...
I think most of my friends, when they've met you or you've come to parties or something like that.
The few parties I went to, so you would tell them prior or whatever,
Yeah. I think one of the things I think with friendship is I feel like you feel like there's a lot more stigma of you going out and finding friends because you will always say to me like, "You find friends really easily," or like, "You will just go out and meet people," and you're like, "I can't do that," and I'm like, "You can. There's nothing stopping you, I think you have, like, you feel like people are going to have a negative reaction.
I think
even though to me you just
yeah.
seem like a normal 20-year-old, like, in your 20s sort of girl.
Yeah, I don't know, I think it's just, I think making friends when you are disabled is
and that's the thing, I think friendship-wise, I won't understand
I think
that.
I think you won't understand. I think making friends in your 20s is hard. Anyway,
regardless,
like,
it's a
when
really,
you leave
really
uni
weird stage
and
of
like
life.
School and everything, because you're not forced to be with someone.
Yeah, you're like, how do I
we were
actually
forced.
meet
We were
people?
forced. I was forced to be with you at primary
thanks.
school. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. We're forced in a room.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, then we're
there's
like,
much more natural interactions to become friends.
Yeah,
whereas actually going out to meet people.
You're going out to meet people, and then like, I don't drink, so I'd have that like less social.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
I will meet more people if I go out.
Because you drink.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, I think it's like finding friends that are quite. I mean, it's like it's like you have to put that effort in to maintain it. It's like
I think though what you do with like your swimming and sports things, I think that's a good way to meet people. Like if you are struggling as a disabled person, throwing yourself into sports is probably a good way, because you're going to meet like-minded people that do things. I think the best way in your 20s is to meet people is to like through hobbies and stuff like that. So going to do things
through hobbies
that you like, so sports things. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird time to make friends.
Your 20s is a weird time to make friends. So
I think a lot of the time, for me, I'll make friends through other friends. So like, there's a lot that is more around going out for drinks.
Yeah.
Because we can then be like, oh, my friend's going to come, and then I'll meet them, and I'll be like, oh, cool, I get on with them, now they're my friends, sort of thing.
I think, I get that. And also because everyone in your 20s is in such a different phase of life.
Yeah.
Like, some people have partners, some people don't, some people still live at home, some people live with themselves, or like...
I think if we lived near each other, like, we don't live near each other now, I would probably take you out more.
Yeah,
like,
I think you would. Yeah.
You don't have to drink, or like, I could go out and not drink as well, but we could just go out. Or you would hang out with my friends more and those sort of things.
If you drink, I can drive.
Well, perfect then. You need to just live near me then. So, you know, we can... Yeah. But I think making friends is, if you're struggling like that, if you've got one friend, just kind of say to them, like, hey, can we go out and try and make friends together, sort of thing, so it's not quite as scary doing it on your own.
Yeah, you could even do, like, you can do things where you go, like, and do things, can't you, like... I don't know.
Yeah, there are events and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, checking in your local area, there's definitely...
events and stuff. Yeah, I think if you don't want to do it by yourself...
Yeah.
It's hard. Making friends is hard, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely harder for you to put yourself out there than me.
Yeah, I think I just have a little bit, like, anxiety about it, because it's like, oh, what happens... Because I think... At uni, I had an incident where this girl didn't like me.
Yeah.
Simply because I was disabled. There was no other reason. She just didn't like me because I was disabled. And I think that
set you back a bit.
That set me back so much, because I had come from a place where it's like, my brother knew everyone where we lived. So I think it was my brother had like almost like a protection.
Oh yeah, because he was just a couple of years above you in school, so
he went to a different
school. If anyone messed with his sister, he
went to a different
he's gonna protect you. Yeah.
But everyone knew him. Like, we would buy stuff in shops, and the boy behind would be like, "Are you so and so's sister?" And I would be like, "Yeah, how?" Like,
but I think growing up in Bath, everyone knows everyone, sort of thing. Like, it is a nice community.
Yeah, it is a nice community. Like. And then I left and I went to uni, and this girl who she didn't live in my halls, but she insisted on hanging out with my flatmate. She was...
Yeah. And it takes one nasty person to knock your confidence. Like, but equally, I could have had the same experience. I could have had someone not be nice to me if I'd gone to uni, and that could have knocked my confidence in going out and meeting people. Yeah, and she didn't live... And she was on my course. Yeah.
But then she didn't tell me. One night, one of her flatmates was drunk, and she told me, and she didn't mean to tell me, and I didn't know what to do, because I couldn't go up to her and be like, "Do you remember what you told me last night?" Because, you know, some people, when they're drunk, they remember nothing about the night before. No, I wasn't looking at you. I was just saying, like, some people don't. And I felt really bad, and then I went, like, and then eventually she left because she didn't want to do our course or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was really hard, because it was like, I've never had someone be like not like me because I've had people not like me because I'm annoying.
Yeah, justify if they don't like you for your personality. That's your own.
Yeah, that's
kind of
yeah.
doing. Like that's how you project yourself as a person.
Yeah.
If they don't like you're not gonna like everyone in the world.
Yeah, it's the way the world works.
But not liking someone because they literally have different physical attributes to you is really shallow and petty.
Bad. Yeah, it's really bad, and like that's a really bad way.
But you should never judge people because, like I said, there's stuff that you can do that I can't.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that you can do that
I'm pathetic at opening like a ring pull can, like a Coca-Cola can, so I give it to you every time.
Yeah,
because I'm really bad at opening them.
And then like when they used to come in plastic, you could never pull plastic apart.
Yeah, but there's definitely a time I will give you things to open because you've got so much more strength.
Yeah, I've got strength.
You've got like double strength.
Double strength
in your left arm.
Yeah, but you're not very strong anyway.
No. We'd do like arm wrestles as a kid and you like straight down, straight
and
down.
your brother as well.
Oh yeah, your arm is really strong.
Yeah, it's really
and you've got really strong grip as well. And
I think I've got quite good like finger dace. Is that
dexterity?
You know, like because I can hold like multiple things in one, like in my hand with like, my fingers.
Yeah.
Like it's quite like, and I think that's why I can do like a lot of hairstyles because like I can pull the hair and hold the hair. And then,
that's true.
I think we covered everything.
I think so.
I hope we answered everyone's questions.
Yeah. If there's ever more questions,
if there's ever we can do another one. If there's any more questions, if you have any questions, we'll leave them below.
Yeah,
and we can answer them. Yeah. So, Naomi, thank you for being my first guest.
Thank you. I'm very honoured.
Good. I never hug.
Oh yeah, I'm honoured to get hugs.
Okay, so thank you very much. You want to
say hugging?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for coming on my YouTube channel.
Thank you very much.
If you did enjoy, please like and comment. And if you have any questions for us, you can comment them below and we can answer them. And yeah, thank you very much for watching my video. If you did enjoy, please like and comment. And if you want to learn more about my disability and learn more about how to do one-handed tasks, you might want to see more of me. And Naomi, do you want to come back or are you like,
I'd love this. I'm definitely coming back.
Okay.
If they want to see me, if they don't, that's fine.
I feel like they do. Who doesn't want to see you? Oh, actually, do you have any funny stories to tell them of me before we go?
Oh.
Because I feel like that would be quite funny coming from you. Sorry, side note.
There was one I was going to say.
What about the swinging when we nearly died of a pump there?
Oh my god, it's most terrifying.
We almost died at a pump there. What were we like 15? I was 15. I was at college. You were at sixth form.
Yeah.
Because you were doing a photography project.
That was it. So yeah, we'd gone. There's like a circus that comes to Bath. It's like a vintage sort of circus.
Yeah.
And so we went on the swinging boat ride sort of thing. But the bar just didn't come down far enough, and I was terrified for Chiara's safety. So basically, it swung up, and we both came out of our seats like, quite a large way. And I was
it's like the drop when you come back down.
Sit back down on the seat. So I'm there like clinging on. I've got my other hand like over you, and I'm there like we're like swinging, and I was literally like, "This is our death." I felt like we were just gonna fall out of this thing.
Oh, that would be a death. No, wasn't it a steam fun fair? Like it was run by Steam.
It's like a classic fun fair or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that
was terrifying.
Is that it? Any more?
It was a terrifying one. This is where your determination when we were kids and me and my brother had a tree house.
Oh, when I fell out of a tree house.
Yeah, so you had so much determination because me and Toby were just climbing everywhere, all over it.
I think it was because you and Toby were doing it, and I was like.
So you were like, oh, I can do this too, sort of thing. So I think you tried to go down the fireman's pole.
No.
Or were you just trying to climb up the ladder?
I was trying to climb down the ladder. So we had decided for some of us we wanted to eat in the treehouse. I don't know why. We were like, I think my mum went away for work and I was staying with your parents.
You'd been with us for like a week or something like that. I don't know, you slipped out the time.
Not because my parents didn't look after me, just FYI.
Oh yeah.
And I think we decided to eat in the treehouse. I don't know why. And your mum... You had to get your mum to come and get me, so I'm like stuck in this treehouse. Yeah. Your treehouse was so high up. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Who thought that was a good idea? Your dad, clearly.
Yeah. It was high.
And your mum came to get me, and I think I was like halfway down the ladder, and I just went.
You just lost your grip, so you completely fell backwards. No, I didn't think so.
I was gonna say because we could insert
so you went smack on your back.
And then I remember you running across your lawn.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then
I was terrified.
I was fine, but it was like...
Yeah.
I remember for years I had a cut, I had hinges, and I had a scar here for years. Gone, but for years I had a scar on my arm where I'd done it.
Yeah. But that was just your determination, where you were just like, I'm still gonna do what they're doing.
It was, I think, because also when I was little as well, we had family friends and we used to go on holiday with them. And I was like 5, I think it was like maybe just after I had my stroke. And my brothers, they had a son and my brother, and I have an older brother, and they were the same age. And then I had a friend who was the same age as me, and they would all run off. So I would run with them, and then I would be, boom, boom, I would fall flat on my face. Yeah. Because I was trying to catch up with them, and my mum was like, no, running isn't... Yeah, it was funny. So, any other funny stories, or... Apart from me dying. Apparently all these ones involve me dying.
Dying. Just because you're determined to do everything.
Okay, so now we're going to end it.
You're actually going to end it.
Okay, so, thank you, Naomi, for being on my channel.
Thanks.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You can come back.
It's been an honour being a guest.
You can come back. The first guest. Yeah. I hope I have more. So yeah, thank you very much for watching my video. Our video, it's not mine. Our video, because we're both in it. Thank you very much for watching it. If you did enjoy, please like and comment. And if you want to learn more about my disability, and you might want to see more of me, and maybe Naomi, she makes another appearance, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!
Bye!